Hey folks, I'm glad you could join me today. It's time to talk about the rediscovery of country original Gary Stewart, a songwriter who vanished from the spotlight after a tragic end, but who's now seeing a new surge of fame. Gary Stewart celebrated his own coronation in the summer of 1976 as America marked its bicentennial and broke free from the British monarchy. Time magazine crowned him the King of Honky Tonk, a title he earned with a run of classic country songs about loving, cheating, drinking and dying. Stewart's reign at the top was relatively brief, a half-decade of hits interspersed with headlines about drug busts and record label battles. His self-destructive streak turned him into a vanishing act. By the early 2000s he was far from fame, holed up in a double-wide trailer in his hometown, Fort Pierce, Florida, consumed by addiction. He'd already lost his son to suicide when, late in 2003, his wife of 42 years, Mary Lou, died unexpectedly. Overcome with grief, Stewart took his own life just weeks later at the age of 59. In the aftermath there were no tribute albums, lavish reissues, or documentaries that could rebuild his reputation. Outside a small, devoted cult, Stewart became a faded figure. But this year things changed. Jimmy McDonough's definitive biography, I Am From the Honky Tonks, was published, and the reissue label Delmore Recording Society released the first deep dive into Stewart's archives with One Track Mind, a collection of previously unreleased songwriting demos. That activity coincides with a new generation of country stars covering Stewart's songs and singing his praises. Billboard chart-topping Ella Langley, CMA Male Vocalist of the Year Cody Johnson, and Grammy winner Zach Top are among those paying tribute. There's something so raw about Gary Stewart, Top said in an interview. Every syllable he sings, he makes you feel it. His music isn't for everyone, but the ones that do connect with it, they're hardcore. McDonough, who spent 4 decades chasing the story of Stewart's life, echoed that sentiment. Gary touches a nerve in people, he said. You become obsessed. That's what happened to me and to a lot of others who've heard his music. For those who knew him best, like his friend, collaborator and Country Music Hall of Famer Tanya Tucker, the idea of a Gary Stewart revival in 2026 brings a lot of joy. Some people are just too precious for this life, Tucker said. Gary was one of them. He never got his due while he was here, but maybe his time has finally come. You have to understand, said Stewart's daughter Shannon Royce Ashburn, my dad ate, slept and breathed music Canilla. In a recent interview Ashburn recounted how life in the Stewart home was less than conventional and how music was the thread that bound his family together. So next time you hear a sing-saying about love and loss, give a moment to Gary Stewart. His voice may be an echo from a hard-fought past, but it's alive again in the guitars of today's artists and the archives that are now being revealed. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more on the legacy of the King of Honky Tonk.